What's going on, good people? Rich here.
School in the building. What's happening?
Hey everybody, it's me, Rachel. Welcome back.
Hey man,
What up,
welcome back to another episode of the Culture Garden podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. As always, it is a pleasure to be here with School and Ray P. How y'all doing today?
I'm exhausted. I
Hey.
feel sleepy, deliriously sleepy, but
Hey,
I'm
I'm
good.
here.
That's
Hey,
it.
we here, man. We pushing forward. End of the year, we pushing
Yes.
forward, man. We almost there.
Yeah.
There, man. Excited as always to be back with y'all for another episode of the Culture Garden podcast. Before we get started with today's episode, I do want to make sure that we pay some homage to a titan, to a pioneer. We record our episodes normally on Tuesday. And last Wednesday, or this past Wednesday, should I say, we got the announcement that like I said, Titan icon Norman Lear
Yes.
passed away at the age of 101. Obviously, you want to be appreciative of just a life well lived, but it won't do justice to even try to go through his resume because it's too extensive. Excuse me. But he kind of changed the way sitcoms are viewed. The sitcoms that we see today was a direct brainchild of Norman Lear. Shows like The Jeffersons, obviously, Good Times, Different Strokes, All in the Family. All of these characters bringing these social and political views to the forefront of the conversations. Now, of course, some of these clips are wild if you go on YouTube because television in the 60s, 70s, and all that was kind of crazy. So your Archie Bunkers and all that. But he kind of was the brainchild behind that. And if you get time, do your research, look up his accomplishments, the impacts that he's made in television. I just always think it's important to make sure that we acknowledge those who paved the way and who changed the game. So shout out to Norman Lear. Prayers to his family, his friends, his loved ones. I don't know if either one of you have anything to say. I just didn't want to let the opportunity pass to acknowledge his life and his contributions.
God bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah. God bless. I'm with you. I second that. That's about it.
Cool, man.
We're
gonna get rolling into.
Oh, my bad.
What's
I was
up?
gonna say you get 101 years out of life, man. That's a dub.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely, 100%. Like,
That's
so I'm
it.
sure it's not one of them things where you just sad. It's just,
Yeah.
man, because I remember he was coherent and made an Instagram video message at 101 on his page and all that. So, you know, life well lived, man. If you get 101 out of him, like you said, School, then you're doing very well in life. Before we get into today's episode, just want to shout out, we got y'all.
Hey.
Got y'all is on a roll right now, discussing Max's rap shit, having a lot of fun over there. Speaking of television, and I'll mention it here and not on We Got Y'all, because if I mention it on We Got Y'all, Rachel will kick me off and find a new co-host. But the Dirty D, y'all, if y'all not watching the Dirty D on Tubi, they just dropped a little extra episode.
Hey,
it is the most trash, entertaining television I've probably ever seen in my life.
And the crazy part is, this is what pissed me off with this shit. This nigga didn't like Maury, but he loved this Dirty D shit. I'm like, this nigga, man.
I didn't mind Maury, man, but some of that shit was a little too ignorant. Some of that shit you be into be a little too ignorant, School. You know exactly what I mean. You just be into ignorant shit. I can't consume all that all at once, man. But Dirty D, yeah, I could definitely do that.
Hey, I hit this nigga up and told him it's a new episode. This nigga said, let's go.
Let's go, man. Shit. Let's get to it, man. Dirty D, my nigga Brick. Shout out to Kaya. Shout out to Terrence, man. Everybody at the show. School's Guilty Pleasures. Oh, what's up, Ray? What's up? You want to watch it? You want to review it?
No, I don't know even what the fuck y'all are talking about. But I was gonna say I do know somebody shooting a Tubi movie right now.
Hey, what's up, man? Tell them holla at us. What shit? Where's the casting call? I need to pull up.
No.
Man. All right. I'm trying to pull up. I'm gonna be in this. So listen, Culture Guard gonna have a Tubi movie.
Got to. I'm down.
Somewhere.
I'm down.
Hey, Rachel's stupid, man. School's Guilty Pleasures. I know you got another episode. Yeah, you're dropping one more before the year's out, right?
Yes. I got something real special coming for you guys.
It's not a Christmas movie.
No.
Just FYI, it's not a Christmas movie. So this week and next week will be the end of our Christmas year, or holiday movie. You know, we are doing all Christmas movies. Maybe next year we'll switch it up, jazz it up to those who don't celebrate a traditional Christmas. But I am looking forward to your next episode, School. You have a guest on there. It's going to be a very interesting episode, to say the least. We'll just leave it at that.
Hey,
please remember.
You know what's crazy is the special guest that I have for SGP. We could have done this Friday at the next as well, because bro, we watched that shit just as much as the joint from SGP.
Yeah, I already know, man. Listen, I already know. I was about to make a joke, but I ain't gonna make it. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about the Culture Garden, about We Got Y'all Television Podcast. All of the information is in our link tree, which will be in the episode description, as well as our social media page. Follow us on Instagram at the Culture Garden Podcast. Speaking of our Instagram page, next week, we kind of teased it in last week's episode, but next week we are going to record a friends and family episode. The concept is pretty much just to give some love to all y'all, to show love to us. You can leave a voice note for us, and we can play it on the show and react to it in real time. You can actually jump on the show if you like. I know there are some people who we talk about. You know, everybody who listens is Culture Garden family, but there are some people, you know, we name drop a lot. We're going to send some invites out to see if they want to sit down, chop it up with us for 5 to 10 minutes while we go through person to person and just talk about the show, man. Thank y'all for allowing us to have this platform and continuing to put out these episodes and things of that nature. So if you want to be on the episode, like I said, you can leave a voice note. You can either do that at the Culture Garden Podcast page. That would be ideal. The Culture Garden Podcast is leave a voice note in the DMs and we'll play it here on the show. If you want to be on the show, you need to have Google Chrome. That's important for the service that we use. You have to have Google Chrome. And just reach out to us on Culture Garden Podcast. Reach out to us individually. So if you want to holler at Rachel in the DMs for this, if you want to holler at School in the DMs, myself in the DMs, let us know and we'll make sure we get you a link. We'll set up a time for you so that way everybody's not in the waiting room at once. We'll kind of set up 5 to 10 minute increments, like I said, for everybody to hop on, say your piece, ask us questions, tell us about your favorite episodes, how you found us. The whole nine. We just want to know y'all better because we talk about y'all a lot and we just enjoy every single one of you. So please reach out to us. I'll continue to put this out on social media so you guys can reach those deadlines. Have them to us by Monday of this upcoming week. I think that's going to be the 19th, December 19th?
Yeah.
18th? Yeah, December 18th, excuse me. So please have them by December 18th and we'll record either that day or that Wednesday next week, and we'll get things rolling from there. So we're looking forward to that, man. I'm really excited. We got this idea from the good brothers at Another Week in the Books. Shout out to Mo and Spike. Yeah, man. I said it last week, but they did an incredible episode, and I was like, man, I would love to do that with the Culture Garden family. So, before we get into this week's episode, there will be spoilers and explicit content. Today's film is not too deep at all. We're just going to have fun with it. It's a lot of silly shit, a lot of silly ass situations rolled into a movie. So this episode will be treated as such.
Yes.
And of course, you can see the title. We're talking about Friday After Next.
Yes.
A synopsis of the film. Cousins Craig and Day try to stay in the Christmas spirit after encountering another event-filled Friday, including a new job, ducking the landlord along with her newly released son, figuring out a way to come up with the rent money, and getting robbed by Santa Claus. As far as the stats go, the film was released November 22nd, 2002. This is one of those moments where it feels insane to think that this movie's been out for 21 years. This movie can legally drink.
Mm-hmm.
Insane to think that.
Yep.
It was released about 8 months after All About the Benjamins. Did All About the Benjamins. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But I want to say it might have been on the next Friday episode. I can't remember, but we definitely had that combo about Cube's 2002 run, I believe.
Yeah, the next
talked about that. Like his 02 run was crazy.
Yeah, you went through it in the next Friday episode. Just what he was on. So yeah, absolutely. Directed by Marcus Rayboy. School.
He did it again.
Guess where Marcus Rayboy got to start?
Music videos.
Music videos, man. Ice Cube has been a trend.
Mm-hmm.
We've done Next Friday. We've done All About the Benjamins. Obviously, doing Friday After Next. We've done Barbershop. All of his directors are usually first-time directors, and they come from music videos. First ever music video that Marcus Rayboy directed was OPP. He's worked with a lot of big stars over the years, and he does like mostly like comedy special. He directs comedy specials and award show specials now. So you can see once again that trend follows where these guys, and he directed Janky Promoters as well.
Yeah, I see.
He pulls them to direct these certain movies. They're not film directors. I don't even think they have interest in going in the film industry.
Right.
Cube just likes working with them, and this was on the DVD. One of the special features that I thought was interesting. I always forget that Cube is also a producer and a writer.
Yep.
He said that's part of the reason why he always goes with a new director, because they're fresh into it, they know how to have fun, they're green, so he can kind of teach them, and also like they're easier to work with from a producer standpoint. You know, I can throw out ideas and they're cool. He said it himself, like they come in as fans, whether it be fans of whatever project he's working on or fans of Ice Cube. Almost like some mind control shit. Shout out to Smokey. Like he can tell them, like, I want you to do this, and they're gonna do it because you Ice Cube. I'll be directing, the next Ice Spice video if it wasn't for you. So I'm trying to think of what else. Film was written by Ice Cube and DJ Pooh, of course. Budget of an estimated $10 million and made $33.5 million. $13 million opening weekend. Not the most successful box office run, but obviously made its money back. It is a Friday movie.
Hey,
and it is current. Go ahead.
My bad. I just want to say this. Shout out to DJ Pooh for always getting the writing credit for all the Fridays, just because he helped create the original characters. Like this movie was solely written by Ice Cube, but because he helped create the original characters from Friday, he still gets writing credit. Like
for sure,
so that's definitely dope. He's still collecting checks.
Absolutely, and not just Pooh. Usually, anytime you create characters, they still give you a credit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a DJ Pooh movie that I can't wait till we talk about. It's not going to be on here, I know for sure. That's definitely an SGP one. But it's one of my favorite movies. It's so ignorant, man. I love that shit. But that's neither here nor there. As far as awards go, didn't find anything for awards. The cast, we have Ice Cube as Craig, Mike Epps as Day-Day, John Witherspoon as Willie Jones, Don D.C. Curry as Uncle Elroy, Cat Williams, Cincinnati's own, as Money Mike in his film debut, Anna Maria Horsford as Mrs. Jones, Clifton Powell as Pinky, B.B. Drake as Miss Pearly, Katie Albert as Donna, Ricky Smiley as Santa Claus, Terry Crews as Damon. He was a security guard on the Next Friday film.
Yeah.
And he actually, when he found out they were doing the sequel, he auditioned for it and got the role. Maz Jobrani as Molly, excuse me. Triple Molly, and Samora's Cookie. First siblings in the franchise. For those who don't know, obviously, her and Nia Long are half sisters. So.
Half sisters with Nia Long.
Mm-hmm. So first siblings in the franchise. Why this movie? This was my week to pick. This goes back to December 8th of 2022, y'all. So on the Culture Garden Instagram page, we made like a poll of what Christmas film. I think we only did one Christmas film last year, but we made a poll like, what do y'all want it to be? This Christmas, Almost Christmas, Home Alone, and Jingle All the Way. This Christmas one, of course, we released that last year, and I remember getting a DM from Rich. Shout out to Rich, man. Rich gets it in.
What up, Rich?
He was like, nah, man, for real, Friday After Next would be my vote. I know it ain't on the sheet, but that would be my vote. And I'm like, you know what? We got you, man. We're going to say that one, but we got you. So here we are almost a year later. When it was my time to pick, I thought about my dog, Rich. And I'm like, you know what? Let's get to it. So, Ray P. Classic or not?
No. Shit is horrible. Shit is trash. I struggled through both watches. It's awful.
Oh, hey, I know. All right. Hold on. Let me get your answer.
Yeah, hell yes.
I'm glad you said this, Ray. I'm glad you said this. It's definitely a classic to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a classic too. Cult classic, as we like to say.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think that can be
Culturally relevant.
culturally relevant. Ray P, to
Yes.
your point, this movie is some bullshit. Like on the surface level, this
Yeah,
movie is some bullshit.
for
Um,
sure.
we talk about looking at these films from a let's discuss it for an hour 20 minutes standpoint versus sitting down and enjoying it. And looking at it from that lens, I'm like, yo, this shit should not have worked. This is just some I don't even know if they had a script.
Yeah.
Bruh. Now there I agree 110, bruh. Like what who like most of this shit, there's no way this shit was written down. Like
No, absolutely not. Because it's funny because when I went through my notes, it's hard to even separate like scenes because it's really 3 events that happen. Like you got them at the apartment, you got them at work, and you got them back at the house party. So it's kind of like all these events that happen at these 3 locations. But another thing I noticed was it's a lot of quotes. There's just a lot of silly ass one-liners to your point, school, that are just hilarious. There's some goofy, silly shit. It doesn't necessarily mean I want to sit there and talk about the whole scene itself. But it's so relatable because it's so black. And everybody knows somebody like that or who responds to situations like that or says some silly shit like that, that it makes it enjoyable. I love this film. I watch it every holiday, but it's not a good movie per se. Like, and I just...
Yeah, it's not.
and real quick, I never thought of that until this watch. I never thought about it. Remember, when we just did all about the Benjamins, I went back and forth between this and Next Friday. And then I was sitting there on my first watch of this, like, oh, well, Next Friday, an apology.
Yeah, Next Friday is good. So for me, Friday After Next, I do remember my first time seeing it in the theaters, my freshman year in high school. To your point, it has hella quotables. So that makes you be like, oh, hell yeah, Friday After Next. And so I was low-key geeked to watch it. And then I turned it on and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? Why am I watching this? And then I was like, bitch, you didn't write anything down. You have to run this back before y'all record. So it's not good. And it's just like an amalgamation of everything that we know our primary characters for. So it's references to quotes from the other movies, from Boomerang, from Friday, from Next Friday, from whatever else. I'm just like, okay.
Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, and
that's all they did.
I better get off them laurels of yesteryear.
I will say this real quick, School, before I let you comment on that. I will say this. While this is the first time that I've looked at it and said, yo, this isn't a good movie, I still never felt like this is hard to watch. I still love watching the movie because of all those silly ass moments, like I said. But structurally, from top to bottom, like there's just moments. It's even, we'll talk about it, the original ending for this film, you can tell they were just, you know doing what, let's make a Christmas movie with the Friday characters and just kind of threw it together. Because this shit is really silly.
It is.
It's really some silly shit. School, what you
got? Man, I don't remember my first time watching this movie. But it is it's a classic to me. And like I said, me and a good friend of mine, we used to watch this movie all the fucking time. So, man,
I think the fact that they're very intentional about making Christmas a character. Even when you start out with the Temptations, Silent Night, you just have dope ass music throughout the whole film.
For sure.
And little reminders to let you know, like, even though we are in South Central, even though there's no snow, this is a Christmas movie. It's yeah, man. There's not a ton to say about it other than that. I don't remember my first experience with it. I don't even know if I saw it in theaters. I remember seeing the second one in theaters for sure. I remember Next Friday, like yesterday, seeing that in the theaters. Friday After Next, I don't know. That might have been on like video on demand or something that I caught at the crib.
You said video on demand.
Yeah. Me and Rachel was the same, man. We had the box in the room. So
sure.
Yeah.
I'll be up way past, way later than what I should be, just surfing through HBO 47,
Yeah.
looking for shit to watch.
Nigga was watching Skinamax. Go ahead.
Yeah, keeping Nickelodeon on the last, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't remember it, but I do remember quoting it nonstop throughout my high school years.
Man.
Me and my boy Chris Rush, man, shout out to Chris. We would quote this shit all the time, and like I said, it has a ton of quotables, and it's
sure.
This movie was made for your high school demographic. I was the type of nigga that should have been quoting Next Friday and all this goofy shit that was going on. But even then, we talk about nostalgia just being dangerous. I think about those times, and I think about 2002 when being 14 and just starting to smell yourself and all this stuff coming on. This is technically our first Friday movie. This was the one for I don't want to say for our generation, but the ones where we were of age to understand, we knew the history and all that other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, I didn't even think of it like that. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man. It's kind of, it reminded me of our conversation last week about Home Alone 2. Like Home Alone 2 was compared to Home Alone. I was of age at that point to understand what was going on. So it kind of resonated a little bit more. I mean, that happens. That happens to our time. Cube just said he wanted to, Santa's usually the hero in these Christmas movies. And he's like, I just wanted to flip it on his head, have Christmas in South Central, have Santa kind of be this crook and this bad guy. It was supposed to be the last Friday film, which at this time it still is. They didn't want to close the door of an opportunity called Final Friday. I remember I'm cool when franchises know when they end. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Mostly about television, the signs of a great television show. Like not a good one, but a great one is that they know when to end. They don't give us that one extra. You said what?
Know when to tip that hat, bow out.
Yeah, like straight up. Like don't try to drag it out. If you told your story, tell your story and get out. That's why I respect certain shows. Even Insecure. Insecure could have won another 2 seasons if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But they told their story. Like at that point, you're losing the allure of what the show is. So I'm glad we haven't gotten another Friday. I'm not a fan of the whole rebranding or kind of making a new one. I've said it before. Even though I enjoyed the house party that came out last year, when I say enjoy, I mean my expectations were in the basement. And I understood how if I was 19, 20, how that movie would have been for me, but I hated the fact that they called it house party. They did it disservice because everybody's going to look at it and compare it to house party. Call it something else. Let it be its own thing.
Right.
I think the Friday, hopefully, because it's been 21 years, hopefully Friday's put to bed and we can just live with these 3 films as is.
Yeah, I would say, how would they even make another Friday? I think too many people have passed away for you to even think about making another Friday, especially people that matter.
Well, you bring in newer people. You bring in, they do these comics, or not these comics, but these
Instagram
ensemble films. Yeah, so you would have like a Drewski in here. You would have a DC Young Fly kind of playing some kind of roles. Craig and Day, they might be the OGs or something like that. And then you have a new gen, almost like
How High 2.
I don't want to say like How High 2. Don't come on, man, that's disrespectful. I was gonna say more so about like House Party 4 and shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit like that. But I would it don't matter because I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
So hopefully we never get it. But I am happy with the 3 that we had, even though this one was a mail it in, show up and let's get a check type of movie. I still love this ignorant shit. This shit's ignorant. It's goofy, silly as hell. It reminds me of a quote Bernie Mac had when we were talking about Head of State. Bernie Mac said, "This is some silly shit, but it's funny."
Yeah,
it's just some silly ass shit.
Yeah. I remember liking it back in the day, and I don't think I've seen this movie. If it's 20 years old, I haven't seen it in 10.
Okay.
I'm like, ooh, this is hard to watch. This is hard to take.
I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Because we sit, School and myself, we talk about Friday After Next, we quote it. It's almost like embedded in our, our memory. So I wonder how much of that has to do with it. Because I don't know. I can't tell you if I've ever gone a year without watching it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh wow!
Even in the summertime, I'll throw this on just for laughs.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Like if I get into Mike Epps, Cube mood. Like this is definitely going to be played. Like all about the Benjamins, this Janky, all of it. Shit.
I don't never get in
And-
that mood. That's what it is.
You know what's crazy? Thinking about my comment, thinking about my comment on the All About the Benjamins episode.
Yeah.
To School's point, I watched from 02 to 2010. I watched Friday After Next way more than I did Next Friday.
Crazy.
I even said it on the Next Friday episode. Like Next Friday, to me, for me personally, it got the middle child syndrome. Like it was that child that was forgotten about, and every time I put it on, I'd be like, "Damn, I forgot how funny this shit was."
Yep.
But I watched Friday After Next so much because, like I said, high school humor, silly shit, one-liners, quotables with your friends. You don't really think of it as a movie; you just think of these little moments.
Yeah.
But Next Friday for sure is the one.
For sure.
Ice Cube had the nerve to say that this was the funniest Friday.
No.
No.
And you know what? It's quotable. Like I got quotes.
Super quotable.
Ton of
super quotable. That again, it's like nostalgia. I still say, "Don't be sorry, ho, be careful." But that's a one.
All this, a ton of it, man. Before we get into the scenes and categories, because I know we like to give origins and kind of backstories on how movies got made. We said it already. Friday characters, let's put them as a Christmas gift and give it to the world. Not really much that they went into this with. And I think, Rachel, you said it. They've already got these characters, so we could just plug and play. But there was an original ending to the film. Rachel, were you aware of this? Okay. School, I'm sure you know. I'm sure we talked about this. And it was definitely on the DVD. I talk about the DVD because I have it. For the preparation of this episode, I watched the director and producer commentary. I watched the commentary with Katie Albert, Terry Crews, Anna Maria Horsford, and Cat Williams. I watched the production documentary. Just because I love this movie. And I've seen all that before. Like I told you, I was a sick kid, man. I was 12 years old watching director commentary. That's how I knew I loved movies. First director commentary I ever watched was Any Given Sunday.
Okay.
And I remember buying this. You said what?
Oliver Stone.
Yeah, Oliver Stone, man. I remember being like, just that your brain just start clicking, rolling through those special features and all that. And that's when I knew I was like, oh yeah, I'm a movie nigga. But I remember watching all of those. For those who remember, like Infinite Film. I don't remember. I can't remember what it's called. But they had like all these special features on these DVDs, and I used to just explore them. So it was like a recap or a revisit of it, but it wasn't anything special. I didn't get any real information from those. A couple laughs here and there, but that's about it.
It's funny you talk about the Infant Film because it reminds me of Rush Hour 2. Yep, you already knew. 2. That's my nigga right there, bro. You already knew what I was going to say. Can you do this?
Don't give me the karate look. Yeah. That shit racist, man. Rush Hour racist as fuck. But I was saying that to say, and I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Maybe I'll find the link and put it in the description. The original ending of this film was they found Santa, Ricky Smiley's character, in the same spot, but he had his 3 kids with him, and he was homeless, and he'd been homeless for a year. Hey, hold on, man. I'm sorry, man, because I'm thinking about the scene in my head right now, and if you see the scene, it just plays right into everything Rachel just said. Like, what? Rachel would have walked out the theater if that shit was the original ending. Rachel would have walked out. Like, what the fuck is this? He had 3 kids with him. One of the kids was who the nigga that played man, he been in a ton of stuff. Who played Lil C's in Notorious?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know. I can't.
He was in Power. He was in
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the young
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. Yeah.
He was the losing Isaiah.
Yeah. My fault, y'all, man. Listen, this is a silly ass episode. Don't mind me if I just go on these random tangents and thoughts. But I say all that to say he was one of the kids. Everybody broke in. I'm talking about Uncle Elroy, Willie, Craig, Day. Pinky was even in that bitch with the 3 chicks that he brought. And they were all confronting this dude. And he's like, hey, man, I know I'm going about this the wrong way, but I do anything for my kids. We've been homeless for a year. I just want to have a real Christmas. and the kids talk. They try to beat up Santa, and the kids talking about, "Take your presents. We don't even want it. We just want our daddy and shit." And that shit was just silly as hell. And Craig, you know what? Here's the meaning of Christmas and all that. It was some goofy ass shit that I'm glad they didn't go with.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all just got to see it just to see it, just because it's so bad that it's funny. It's so bad that it's funny.
Bless that.
I got a real quick question for y'all. Rachel, you funny as fuck. Was Craig a bad person?
Was Craig?
You think Craig is really a bad influence, man? Like, they got a point. Like, ever since you started coming around, bro, shit been going south.
No.
I don't think that Craig is a bad person per se. I think that he's a fuck up, and I think that Day Day is stupid.
I think that I agree. I think that he is a fuck up, but I also believe that Day Day is a grown ass man, and if you choose to keep fucking around with a fuck up, then hey, consequences.
It's funny, man, because I never really thought of Craig as a fuck up after the first Friday, just because he beat Debo ass and Nicole, but that Debo shit was a fluke.
His day off.
Yeah, that Debo shit was a fluke. Yeah, you're right. He did get fired on his day off. Listen, Craig got a lot of loser activity.
Yeah.
Craig's been a part of a lot of loser activity, and that Debo win was a fluke. If it wasn't for that brick, man, Craig would have been 0-3 because he let Pinky toss his ass around. He was letting Santa Claus beat his ass with that tree. I'm like, hold on, bro. This is the same nigga that beat Debo?
Bruh, listen, I'm glad you said that, bruh, because I know we ain't in the scenes yet, but bruh,
yeah, we might as well roll right into it, because
the opening scene, like when he gets whooped with the Christmas tree, even before that, bruh, like when he first spots him in the eating that sandwich, he starts throwing shit at him at first, like that's not how we.
I kind of get it.
Nigga, you in my house. It ain't even. It's going down. Like, come on, bro.
And skinny. We know it's Ricky Smiley, but even if you don't know, this is some skinny dude.
Some skinny, I'm
whooping your ass. Like, you're not getting the upper hand on me.
Exactly.
Like, that's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it just really makes me think, like, damn, was Debo just weak? Like, was Smokey right the whole time? Like, he only pulled this shit to people he know. He don't do it to people around the corner because he knew he didn't have hands.
Facts.
Yeah. Maybe the aura of that Craig win looked weaker and weaker every single Friday movie. That Debo win seemed real diminished. Like, yo, bro. Straight up, man. Robbing a nigga in the middle of the night and having the audacity to open up the fridge door and make a sandwich while you robbing that nigga is crazy. That's insane to me. And I know it's the movie, but damn. Obviously, you got Day Day not helping. Go ahead, Rachel.
I say, and niggas had a dog.
Niggas had a dog and a whole nother human. Hey, bro, we should have, like, they should have found him lumped up. Santa should have been tied up, lumped up when the police got here.
Man, shit is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Chico would have never ever ate another piece of kibbles and bit in my house ever again.
That is a wild shit. Like, damn, Chico, you ain't wake up. And I feel Craig, because I'm out here sweating. I'm calling you like, that was a great acting job for Ice Cube, because if a nigga was robbing you and you live with somebody, that's exactly how it go down. Like, yo, come help me, nigga. That nigga was asleep. And the way that nigga walked in, it's like, I know you heard that shit, man. He just got robbed.
And it's like you said too, bro. Bad. I don't want to say bad writing, but the writing was everywhere. Everything was, because why Chico get on the landlord's ass?
What you mean?
Why Chico bite the landlord, but he wouldn't about it with the robber?
His ass was high.
Yeah, comedic effects. Yeah, that's all, man. And plus, Day was in there with him too. If Day ain't tripping, why would Chico? Bodie ain't about to trip about nothing if I ain't tripping.
Hey, somebody better trip.
Yeah, man. So I mentioned this apartment scene. Like I said, this film is kind of these 3 locations. So I'll keep rolling with the apartment. We obviously get the opening credits inspired by Pink Panther, for those that picked up on that, the old school Pink Panther show. But the cops coming. You got the cops at the apartment. I love the fact that they got robbed. I think the timestamp said 3:37 a.m. was when Santa Claus entered Shady Palms.
Mm-hmm.
And they called him. Craig said, I got to call the Popo. And it's daylight outside when the cops show up. So just that little inside joke of cops ain't coming to the black neighborhoods for at least 2 or 3 hours. You two motherfuckers huddle up or something. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. Day giving his version to the cop. Ice Cube. Craig giving his version to the cop. And I love when Day came over and said, "You better stop talking to the police like that. You better stop talking to me like that, man. I could kick your ass the way you acting this morning because I felt Craig. I could really beat your ass with my bare hands right now for the way you've been running around acting. Why would you keep that rent money in the speaker?
Shit, ignorant.
Why would you do that?
Why would you keep your bud out knowing that you have to call the police? If I have to call the police, you think I'm keeping my buds out and shit? Like,
why you even got to go back there? You ain't got to go back there, bro.
That part.
Yeah. So now we done got robbed twice.
Yeah, and that's what they said. He's like, you could get in a lot of trouble for this, and it's Friday. You won't see a judge till Monday at the earliest, or we could just take it off your hand. That nigga, they said, "Oh, that's fucked up too." Hey, school, you know what that remind me of, right?
What?
Is this the Kush?
Hey, man. Cops pulled me over on that trash, man.
Hey, cops are funny, man. It's the Kush, man. I remember one time, we ain't gonna get into the details, but I remember one time me in school, I got pulled over, man, me in school. We had just picked up that thing. Picked it up.
Some of the funkiest shit you ever smelled, huh?
And school pulled one of the greatest magician tricks, and them niggas was salty because he knew we had that shit, but he could not find that shit.
Couldn't find that shit.
What did you do?
That shit's hilarious. You said what?
What did you do?
Listen, we record. We'll talk about that after. We'll talk about that after the fact, man. Me and school went home. This might we already in the story. Me and school was in the back of the cruiser. And the one I never forget in school, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That one cop that was searching the car came in and he looked at the other one and it was one of those looks like, I know that this shit in there. I have no idea where it is. And they had to let us go.
Yep.
Me and school rolled up as soon as we was out the car.
Huh?
That's my dog, man. What a time.
Lord.
Yeah, and then of course Day, the famous, we still having the Christmas party. Nah, man, how we gonna crap a Christmas party looking over with our house looking like this, man? Now we got to, man. Got all types of girls. I had a girl said she was gonna suck my dick from the back. I ain't never had that happen. I'm trying to see what that be like.
Hey.
Like that shit's hilarious. I still do that shit.
Still quoting that.
Rachel funny as fuck, man. I'm gonna say that probably 5 more times before this episode ends. The weed plan, I already talked about that. And the cop, I just thought that cop was funny. Mm-hmm. Like when he stopped with the plan, like, oh, by the way, you got a big pile of dog shit back there on your bed. You might want to check that out.
Shit's silly, man.
But the highlight of this whole scene is Miss Pearly.
Yep.
School, you want to talk about Miss Pearly, man, before I get into it?
Hey, Miss Pearly's is first off BB Drake. She's a legend.
Absolutely.
She came in there fooling. And like you said, there's nothing worse than on your landlord. I mean, I don't know about you niggas, but when I was 18, 19, sheesh, it was tough trying to be an adult out here. So it's been plenty of them type of knocks at the door. Nigga said, y'all been dipping and dodging me for 3 weeks. And tonight, y'all gonna kick in.
Hey man, hold on, man. You gotta do the whole Miss Pearly thing because she came in. You got cops coming in. What the hell is going on? And it was like dogging her shit, like man, coming up harassing me and shit. And she told her, I sure hope they didn't get the rent money. You two motherfuckers been ducking and dodging me for 3 weeks. It was the cadence that BB Drake had on her lines and shit that was so hilarious, man. And today is the day you two motherfuckers gonna kick in.
That's a fact. Hey, killing it. You hear me? Killing it. And you know what that confidence was about?
Hold on, bro. She meant that she said today, nigga. Is the day you two motherfuckers is gonna kick in.
And you know what that confidence was about. Cause Damon home, nigga.
Yeah, but hold on, right after that, nigga, they was still getting tough with her. They was still getting tough with her. He said, "Go on, why you always coming over here smelling like that old wolf pussy?" And when Miss Pearly said when she did it,
hey, you always come over here smelling like that. Hey,
tell about man, that was a real reaction from BB Drake, bro. That was an authentic reaction because she wouldn't expect Mike Epps to say that shit.
Hey.
So it's a little moment where she go, "Huh."
Hey, fooling. Hey, this nigga's
so stupid, bro. And how you gonna threaten sexual assault for paying the rent money, man? Like she's straight up saying, like, nigga, if you don't got that rent money, nigga, you getting raped.
Hey,
from my son.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's wild. And that just lets you know where things were in 2003, because there's no way you writing that shit.
Hell,
she was straight up. Hey, Miss Pearly had all types of sexual assault shit. She was threatening Damon on niggas. She was grabbing Mr. Jones' nuts.
She was fooling,
man. Yeah, she was like wilding, man. Why don't you get that lined up right there? Shut up, bitch. I know somebody like it.
Somebody like it. Hey, definitely done use that line a couple times. Somebody get to talking that shit.
That shit, man. Her shit was lined up and shit. Mr. Jones at the later in the movie said, "I like the way you got that lined up.
I like the way you keep that shit lined up." Yeah.
Oh man. All right, man. Also, real quick, I just gotta say this. Asking for an advance on the first day of the job is fucking nuts. Niggas had a full working on a Friday. Your first day being on a Friday is crazy. But going in there knowing that this is my first day and I'm asking for a full page.
If niggas don't have nothing else,
the
audacity, man.
For sure.
The script is goofy as hell, bro. The script is goofy as hell.
Nah.
I don't even know. Do you have these scenes written down?
No, I'm just going on with the flow.
All right, go ahead, School. Go ahead, School.
I'm gonna go with I mean, we got to go into Damon. You know, them leaving, them coming out the apartment in their rent-a-cop uniforms. One of my favorite lines in this whole movie. That nigga said, "I can't even do the James Brown. This shit's so tight."
This is my favorite quotes. I can't even do the James Brown in these pants. Because every black kid do the James Brown. Bro.
Nigga said, "Good. I don't want to see you do the James Brown." Hey. Nigga said, I don't remember the girl's name. He said, "How we look? Like some fake rent-a-cops?" He said, "How about them fake titties?"
He said, "What about them rent-a-titties?" Yeah, I didn't have the whole Damon thing down, but that is a funny moment just because of the lines. Like when that nigga dated said, "Yeah, I ain't seen you since I was like, yeah, you all grown up now. Come over here, give me a hug." And he was rubbing that nigga face and they yelled at Craig. Group hug, nigga.
Group hug, nigga.
Come on, Craig.
Come on, Craig.
But yeah, that first meeting of Damon, the new bully and shit, whatever. I don't know if you had anything else to say about Damon. Right now,
not that's appropriate. Nah. Y'all know I
the
don't
brothers barbecue commercial. One of my favorites. yeah. Y'all tired of oh man, that's just stupid, man. Y'all tired of eating that barbecue from the street where they give you more sauce and they give you meat? Well, bring your big ass down to Brothers Barbecue. Them niggas said they ain't but one location, so we nearest you, man. That shit's nearest one of the funniest lines in the movie to me, man. It tastes so good you want to slap your mama. That's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Really slapped his mama in that commercial.
Crazy.
That shit was wild. And gave her some trauma after that shit. But that Brothers Barbecue commercial was classic. And I got to roll into the pregame talk with Day when Craig told that nigga, "Listen, we ain't cops. We ain't America's Most Wanted. We ain't NYPD Blue. None of that shit you watch.
None of that shit.
Get your ass kicked out here real quick. I don't care nothing about it getting out of hand."
Hey, he said, "We something like that."
Yeah, we something like that. That you know what that reminds me, School, of when we worked that COVID job.
Oh yeah,
Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
We was two Craigs. Me and you both. We ain't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't care what that shit.
Hey, I'll tell you this much: they better be lucky that not one MLB player came down there with a stack and have been like, "Hey, you ain't see me, huh?"
Who? Huh? What? Ray Charles out this bitch. What you talking about? I don't know what you talking about. What's your next scene, School? My bad.
Yeah. Moly, man. Holy moly donut shop. Just Moly walking them around, showing them what they're gonna be doing. Day with that, just him getting a little bit of power and just how he's just ignorant. And I love that Craig knows his cousin. He knows Day. Like, I know as soon as he gets a little bit of power, he gonna be here fooling. So like you said, I'm already giving him this speech, and now Moly done made it worse. He called y'all ain't security guards, y'all top flight security of the world. Like, that boy.
That's why he gave him that pregame shit. Before we even get out the car, nigga, let me tell you right now what type of day this about to be, man. I don't want to see you on your bullshit, none of that. Before I comment on Moly, I do just want to talk about the grandma in the kitchen. Day doing the Tootsie Roll in front of her. I bet you remember Day now. That shit funny as fuck to me. And going back to your timeline,
hey, it's just ignorant, man.
Hey, man, stop messing with her, man. You always messing with her.
Hey, and then of course the classic back and forth between Unc and Pops, man.
Oh,
don't need all that
Uncle Pops.
Why you in so much competition with me?
Yeah, man, that's some real brother. That's some real brother shit, man. That's your uncles going at it. That's real life. That's what makes it funny. Real quick about Moly, man. Moly's hilarious, man. The guy who plays him, Maj Jabroni.
What's wrong, Dodo?
It's funny when you hear him talking his regular voice, because he talks nothing obviously like Moly. But they weren't expecting the performance that they got from him. The Moly that they had on paper wasn't the Moly that he brought to life. He just brought a whole new element to it. I think everybody who's seen the movie can admit that Moly is comical.
Cube said that's why Moly is one of the reasons why this is his favorite Friday. It's like Moly.
All right, Cube.
That Moly killed it.
He did, but Cube. That nigga was treating them like toddlers though, like little kids. Like when they came in, when Mr. Jones introduced him, like, hey guys, heard somebody's looking for a job. Like, come on, man. If my future employer introduced themselves like that, I don't even want to work here. Like, we're not about to do this bullshit.
How I'm looking for a job and I got the uniform on. B.
Right. I'm already hired. Because that had been a red flag to me too. Like, what you mean? Like, I thought we was already starting. Like, oh no, this is just a trial run. Like, whatever. But you don't need any gadgets. You big tough. Hey. I don't know. Is that fucked up? Is that I'm using that accent? It's fucked up.
That's you just trying to sound like Moly, man.
I was trying to sound like Moly, but it might be fucked up. I don't mean no harm. I just caught myself mid. Hey.
You just trying to sound like Moly, man. That's all.
All right, man. Let's bring it back in. Man. But the subtle things that were going on in that scene, and that's the one thing when I was mentioning earlier, Rachel, like I've seen this movie so many times that you notice the shit that's not on scripts. Like Day putting his hand on Moly's shoulder, and that nigga kept slapping it off, like little small shit like that. Moly's mismatched tracksuit. That's right. One free beer card every lunch break, and that nigga said, "Ha ha!" They did that point and shit.
Yeah,
that's just some silly ass moments that Moly brought to this film, man. You know, the freaks come out at night. What? Shout out to Jermaine Dupri.
Hey,
but all that goofy ass shit that was going on that Moly was doing. When he asked them if they had any questions. I got any questions? Yeah, I got a question. What happened to the last security guard? You asked too many questions, man. Don't worry about it. Get to work.
Hey, when that nigga was telling him he was talking about what did Mike Epps say? Yeah, we supposed to get don't y'all get a flashlight or something, a taser gun? He said, yeah, we supposed to get 2 German Shepherds. Yeah, like Mike Epps was fooling, man.
Mike Epps was hilarious, man. He said, yeah, this is you top flight security, defend it with your life. He said, I'd die for this shit too. This nigga said, I'd die for this shit, man. Hey, Moby told them niggas to keep it real. He said, all right, man, they go your booth, keep it real. Keep it real. That's what he said. It's cool. You got anything next? So I was gonna keep rolling.
Keep rolling, man. I got you.
Right. We got Day pulling up on them church ladies.
Which they were definitely caught off guard by Mike Epps, man. In that whole scene, I think that whole. I mean, most of Mike Epps' whole dialogue was ad lib, bro.
For sure.
Sheesh, he definitely caught them hoes off guard.
Hey, man, so y'all hoes get off this corner with that. And Craig, come on, you can't talk to these old ass ladies like that. Craig, just back me up and do your damn job, man. Now wait a minute, bitch. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Don't you tip me. I know y'all using this corner and sell pussy. Hey man, somebody talk about grandmama like that, man. I gotta come back and see you, bro.
They did.
I gotta come back and see you, man. I know that made perfect sense. It's one of my favorite parts of the movie. That's the most realistic thing that happened in this entire movie. Like, bro, ain't no way you about to tell me my grandmama up here. You talking about she using the corner to sell pussy.
Sell that pussy. It's crazy. That's insane. That's nasty.
Yeah, man. And when Craig pulled that nigga up and said, hey man, that's my grandmama like that, man. You can't be talking to these old ladies like that. He was like, hey man, I talk to anybody any fucking way I want to talk to them. I'm the law around here. And I'm about to write your ass up for insubordination. I'll do my job and you do yours. Top flight, nigga. Nigga, top flight. Shit. Fuck out of here.
Told her girl she can't park that piece of shit over here unless I get the number, huh?
Yeah, man. That was on some trash,
bro.
Worst type of nigga with authority.
Sure.
The craziest part, this movie isn't the same without him.
Not at all. And it's all goofy shit too, but it really isn't. Like even when the grandsons come back and they chase him, right? Everything that he provides in that scene, the two people that was robbing pimps and hoes.
Oh man, classic.
And when the cops actually take them away, and that nigga's out there singing bad, but what you want? What you? That nigga's just silly, goofy ass shit that he was doing this entire movie. It's funny because Marcus Rayboy was talking about pimps and hoes, like because they had to recreate that whole strip.
Yeah,
all those storefronts obviously were fake, but they were real businesses that they paid to let us redo them and all this other stuff. But when they put up the pimps and hoes sign, they had people coming by like, "What's this pimp and hoes? What's this? What's this story?" They're like, "Yo, this is a movie, man. You gotta chill."
Niggas in there trying to buy a hoe. That's crazy.
Silly.
Hey man, shit silly.
I love how much y'all love this shit.
Toys in the hood. Hey, they had
It's reminding me of All About the Benjamins when Rachel was just sitting here entertained by us.
Yeah,
that's it.
She said that's it. But yeah, the whole grandma showing up, saying, like I said, the grandson's chasing them to the point where they were such menaces that somebody had, bro. We came up here, so like Denzel, we leaving here with something. Somebody getting an ass whooping. I don't care if it's them or not. Oh, Molly, I heard you hired 2 new security guards. Tell them I said this. How you gonna tell a nigga to tell him and give him a hat? Had that nigga running up and down, beat Molly ass.
Hey,
them niggas there eating their ribs and shit. And then he's coming in and where was you? You was eating while I was getting fucked.
Hey.
You was eating while I was getting beaten.
Hey.
I just don't know if it's fucked up or not, y'all. I just don't know if it's fucked up or not.
It is. What you're imitating a movie, I think there's grace for it. I don't know.
Unc told that nigga, you need to hang up your whistle after they got robbed, bruh.
Nah, Uncle, that was some of the realest shit ever because because he tried to grab him, like, get your fucking hands off me, man. You should have been grabbing that nigga that was robbing us.
No, for real.
With all that. Yeah. What you talking about, man? Top flight security. You need to turn on your damn whistle.
You need to turn on your damn whistle.
Yeah, man. That nigga Molly came in there. That nigga Daddy said, someone called 911. Imagine getting your ass beat and somebody playing like that, bro. Nah, stop playing.
That's how they was doing them.
See how fucked up out here, man. Some other racist shit, man. That nigga said, I hope the camel got the ticket. That shit was racist as fuck. But we move on to them going back to the apartment for the house party.
Yes.
this is where I don't have a ton of stuff. This is probably I like the first two acts more than I like the third act. Third act's cool, but it wasn't all that as far as the comedy. At least over the years. Pinky, we get to see Pinky again. Obviously, the great Clifton Powell, the reason we invented this podcast.
Love Clifton Powell.
Yes.
Absolutely love Clifton Powell. This nigga Damon. Obviously, he has the phone books on him. There's another deleted scene in this film where he has Craig and Dede strap him up with the phone booths because in jail, obviously, that's what they use for armor. So he was in the room already with those on. Talking about he got shanked. Craig talking about like, my grandmama over there. Nigga, what you talking about? Hey, you good? Everything cool. Like, why don't you get your dance on? And niggas, I don't dance with none of these hoes. He sounded like the Unforgivable. What's that Unforgivable? Remember that, Ray P?
From YouTube.
From YouTube? Yeah, he sounded like that when he said that shit. Obviously, you got the part when Money Mike and Donna show up. And then nigga Damon or something. Who was that? Nigga, oh, that's Donna. Nah, nigga, the nigga she with.
Hey.
That's Money Mike, micro mini pimp. Lucky Charms nigga. Well, yeah, when that nigga look magically delicious.
Hey.
Come on, man.
I gotta say, besides Day Day, man, Money Mike, Cat Williams stole the show.
This nigga said that nigga look magically delicious, perm and shit. Then they came over and then they introduced me to your friend, Craig.
Hey.
Snatched that nigga in. He said, whoa, that shit like the Matrix.
Like the Matrix. Mm-hmm. That shit's still.
You ever been? Nigga said, you ever been to the pen? Hell nah, but thanks for asking. I won't bother asking you.
Ooh.
Oh shit, man! And then for me, the Pop's going to Miss Pearlie's. That whole sequence. Why is it so dark? You about to pray?
You about to pray? Hey.
Hey, she said, you know, your son ain't paid his rent money in about 3 weeks, and I'm about to kick him out. He said, how much do you really love your son? Not enough to pay his fucking rent. Straight up, man. Like, I ain't talking about no money. I'm talking about something else. What you talking about? These nuts.
Hey,
heard they call you Sweet Dick Willie. You heard it. It's just like
Dick Willie's out there.
That's just like a nigga too.
Hold on, time the fuck out, man. What? You want to run that by us one more time, Rachel?
I say shout out to all the Sweet Dick Willies out there. Shout out to y'all. Amen.
Hey man, just like a nigga though. Like,
appreciate you, Rachel.
For 5 seconds, he had to stop and say, "You heard that?"
Yeah, because that's just like a nigga. I don't care what you're doing in the dirt. If you get a compliment on the stroke, what you heard that? Yo, man, yeah, where you hear that from? I'm a bad boy, yeah.
Hey.
Amen. Shout out to them.
Appreciate you. Mrs. Jones coming in. Mrs. Jones coming in, obviously getting Miss Pearlie up off of him. And I love the fact that as soon as that happens, and as soon as Craig come down there and get his daddy up out of there, he turns around and then you see Damon getting led by Money Mike with these vice grips.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody, and I hope everybody at least once in their life has had a social gathering so crazy to the point where it starts to get to the point where anything can happen. Like nothing that happens that night will surprise you anymore, because that's some shit where, like, damn, my daddy's at Miss Pearlie trying to fuck with my daddy, and I turn around and this nigga got vice grips on this nigga's nuts, and they leaving. Like, what? I don't even know what happened. Like, what the fuck? How did we get here? Right, we were just in the bathroom. Like, how did that type of shit? So I just appreciate the randomness. I've had nights like that.
Yeah,
and they're always fun. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Just to the when you reach the point where everything's on the table. Like if I see the wildest shit in the world, I'm just gonna go with it because it's one of them nights. Yeah, man. Trying to think what else. Your party, your pliers, his nuts, your hands. I'm not going with any of that shit, bro. I'm not going with any of it.
Nah.
The running through the house scene at the end, because once they got through, when they found Santa Claus and they chase him and they go through the house, that was inspired by Coen's Brothers movie, Raised in Arizona. School, if you remember, when we did No Country for Old Men, Brian said that's his favorite Coen Brothers movie.
Yep, I was about to say.
It made me think of him when I found that out. He's never seen next Friday or Friday after next, so I'm sure he's not listening to this episode. But still, I don't know. That's kind of puts us through the end of the movie. I mean, it's all a bunch. You guys, you heard the episode, man. We was on bullshit.
Yeah.
Did you have any other scenes or anything that you wanted to Rachel nodding with the confirmation? Yes. Yes, you guys were on bullshit today.
I love it.
You got any other scenes that you want to add, School?
Nah, man, you covered them all, man. This movie is, man, it's goofy ass movie,
It's
man.
silly shit.
I've never written down more quotes for a movie that we've covered.
Quotes.
So, Ray P.
Well, I'll get my 3 out the way. Nigga, I'm Santa Claus. Where the fuck the milk and cookies? That shit silly forever. Either I'm getting my rent money today or somebody's getting a salad toss tonight just because silly shit. We top flight security of the world, Craig. All of the iterations of that. And then, of course, my favorite line or threat to this day is don't be sorry, ho, be careful.
Yes.
For whoever needs to beware.
Don't be sorry, ho, be careful. I got all those.
That was an instant classic when that dropped.
Yes, and the only one that you didn't have that I have is you can lead a hoe to the water, but you can't make her think.
Silly.
Oh, shit, that's all y'all got? Oh shit.
Go ahead.
I figured you would let it rip.
I can't even do the James Brown in these pants. Group hug, nigga. Come on, Craig. He broke in the house, stole our presents, and Craig let him do it. Why, Craig? That part, for some reason, always gives me weak when his mama like, why, Craig? Y'all must not, when Uncle Elroy told them niggas, y'all must not heard what happened to the last 2 security guards. And then that nigga just started laughing. Ain't nothing like giving somebody some information and just stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my funniest movie tropes when people do that. Ocean's 11 did a real good job of that with Linus, that Matt Damon's character. Shit like that always gets me weak. But the fact that Mr. Jones was up there like, nigga, fuck that.
Yeah.
Don't tell him what happened. I still want to know what happened to the last 2 security guards. How are you? Doesn't matter. Get the trunk. It's small in here. Nah, you big in here. That was one that I quoted a lot in high school. Don't let that man pump you up, Day, and get you shot out here. You heard what happened to the last security guards. Nigga, you ain't even hear what happened to the last security guards. How the fuck I'm supposed to hear it? Hey, when he asked her, when he was asking that woman for a number to park the car, when Day was doing that shit, I ain't never heard of no rule like that. But you ain't never met a top flight security nigga like me. Another quote that I wore down. I'd have hit you in the ass and give you brain damage. That nigga Santa was robbing them niggas. Said, "What's up, Al Green? Looking like a Mississippi pit. Bet you better have my sweet potato." Oh no, not the Rolly. Well, now it's a Stoli. Y'all, they told them niggas, y'all fucking make puppies. Where was your antennas when them niggas was robbing me? Use your eyes. They ain't supposed to just be hazel. A simple classic line when Day was talking about how much he liked Money Mike, and Craig just looked at him and said, "Get off his dick, Day."
Hey.
Well, this ain't the baby gap. This pinky nigga, I gotta go pee pee. Extra medium, gotta have something for the skinny niggas. That's all I got, man.
25. I got 25%. Everything's 25% off. Everything must go. Maybe even
you. That's all I got for quotes, man.
Hey, get out the bathroom. Pop's got a boo-boo. Hey, don't tell the world, son.
Don't tell everybody. Scene Stiller, Rachel. Who you got?
Ricky Smiley.
Okay.
I think
physical comedy.
Oh man, it would have to be 1A Mike Epps, 1B Ricky Smiley. Like, man,
can you put Mike Epps in there? He's a second lead.
Not Mike Epps.
For me, I feel like Cat Williams.
Yeah. Because both of them took off after this. Like, they both took off, and Ricky Smiley. Man, I'm about to show our age, I guess, but man, I remember Ricky Smiley from Comic View. Like, And
It's
then
time if you won't be easy. Come
come
on,
to
it's
it's
nice and
nice and
we
we get your
laugh
laugh on.
on.
Yeah,
Yay!
Everybody get your laugh on.
Yeah.
Get
So
your laugh on, baby.
knowing we supposed to be in bed.
For
Shit.
sure.
Yeah,
So
10 o'clock on weeknights, man.
mhm.
So you say your 1A, 1B is who? Cat Williams and who?
Ricky Smiley.
I might go with BB Drake, man, because that opening scene, bro. Her opening scene was so fucking funny.
Okay.
Even when she found that blood.
Today
Ooh, got me
and
some.
today, you motherfuckers gonna kick in. Shut up, bitch. I know somebody like it. And she was out here wild. Well, I hope they ain't get the rent money because you two motherfuckers been ducking and dodging me for 3 weeks now.
Mhm.
I might go with BB Drake, man.
He said you just he said you don't even own the building, you just the manager. Well, I'm about to manage to get you motherfuckers evicted. Hey.
Yeah. Or Master Brony as Moldy, man. He was funny as hell too. They're probably my two selections. I feel like Cat Williams and this is me living with this film for 21 years. Those are the obvious answers that you guys gave.
Mhm.
Especially when we didn't know them back then. Like they were huge scene stealers. So we had no idea who Cat Williams was and all that. But yeah, that's what I'm going with 21 years later. Things that bother you? Anybody got anything?
This is Friday after next.
Rachel said watching it twice for preparation.
The movie. Go ahead.
The only thing that I wrote down that bothers me, once again, this is one of those small, subtle things you pick up after watching it 50, 11 times. When Donna's in when Donna is in Craig's room, she said he has a nice room. And I'm like, this nigga got fucking posters, baseball caps.
Room.
Like, yeah, man, I can see how Donna ended up with Money Mike. Like, it don't take much. It don't take much, man.
Maybe that's the thing that bothers me is like Cube don't put no effort in I guess in Friday he did a little bit more, but next Friday and Friday after next, he ain't put no effort in like the romance. I don't even want to say the romance, but just like him getting a girl, like it was just, especially in this one, it was just he spoke to her and she was on it. Like
his mama already told you he ain't had no game.
Yeah, like I see.
Like daddy, he got game.
Hey, nigga said I get rid of all my girlfriends around this time of the year, man. That way I got to buy them. And that nigga wasn't joking.
And she still would have went, and she still was gonna go. Like you would have pimp.
She did go. He said, "Hey," he said she came back over. He slid a dresser in front of it. Right? Never mind. I'm not even gonna do that.
What?
I was about to say, man, what the nigga? If you pull up to a nigga crib and you putting a dresser in front of his door, so his roommates. I'm picturing you going to a nigga crib with his roommates and then putting a dress over the door and imagining the look on your face, like, what the fuck?
If we in college.
No, I'm talking about
it. Because that shit could be made. As a grown adult? Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, I'm talking about as a grown adult. That's just comedy.
Hell nah.
It's a wrap.
And I'm sure they're supposed to be, 25, mid-20s in this movie?
Yeah.
I'm imagining. So
at least.
They supposed to be their age. Shit, what you talking about?
Yeah. And it's LA, it's LA. So what? They was early 30s, like Cube was probably came out in 95. This was 02. Yeah, so Cube would have been about 33 when this movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're 33. I think they're supposed to be mid-20s.
Yeah.
Like first apartment type situation. I'm sure this is Craig's first time living outside of home. Like once they lost the house, I don't even know. Do you think Uncle Elroy and them lost the house? Or they still living in Rancho Cucamonga?
I don't know. That would be a hell of a commute, though.
I would be a hell of a commute. And just the concept of money, because Willie said, this time last year, which goes to what you said, Schools, about the continuity. Was it supposed to be a year when that happened, when he won the lotto? Because he's like, this time last year, he won the lotto, $1 million. You're supposed to be in the French Riviera. And I'm thinking, like, you ain't about to be in the French Riviera with $1 million.
Nah, not at all.
No taxes. So I just thought that shit was cool.
Especially in Cali. Them Cali taxes crazy.
That part.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Otani, man. He deferred all that shit.
Hey,
All the baseball and sports fans know exactly what I'm talking about.
jeez,
That nigga payment plan on Klarna.
bruh. That nigga got a $70 million deal for each year, and he only getting 34 of it. That's crazy.
What you mean? He getting 2. That nigga deferred 68 million of his deals for the next however long it is, 10 years.
Yeah.
So he's only getting 2 million a year, but he can do that because he gets 45 million a year from endorsements.
Sheesh.
And he probably ducking them taxes. I don't know how that works. Or I know he's gaining interest, whatever, but it's smart as hell.
Damn.
He gonna get paid crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
As far as trivia goes, at the party, Craig was holding a bucket that read, "It's better to give than to receive." That's a reference, obviously, to Bernie Mac's character. What he said in the original Friday, R.I.P. to the great Bernie Mac.
Yes.
The only film without a Scarface reference.
Yeah.
Only Friday film without Scarface reference. The first one was Another Cuerdo, Should Love Me in the Morning. And then I think there was a Say Hello to My Little Friend the next Friday by one of the Jokers. But this one didn't have one. That's really all I got. That's really all I got overall. Do you have any trivia, School?
Yeah, the one thing I had is I think BB Drake, I think she knew that they call him Sweet Dick Willie Jones because of she played his wife in House Party and in Boomerang. So,
yeah, it was great to see them back. Just that natural chemistry and connection.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great pool. Both movies they were husband and wife in, and mistress and nigga in this one. We get to the end of the episode where we get to rate the film. First of all, thank you everybody if you're still here with us.
Yes.
Listening, man. Like shout out to y'all for real, because this is some goofy ass shit. But we get to the end of the episode where we get to rate the film. Too high, too low, just right. The average viewer rates this film 5.8 out of 10. Rachel, too high, too low, just right.
Ooh, too high.
Ooh. Sheesh. Yeah, she getting weak. Hey, she getting weak.
I'm gonna give it a 5. Flat.
Cool, man. What you got?
I say it's too low. I'm giving it 6.5.
It's too low for sure. I don't think we were doing too high, too low, just right when we did next Friday. I don't even think we were doing that yet. That was like our 10th or so episode. I'm curious to know what I would have given that. I'm gonna give this a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 7.
What?
Hold on. Let me think. Obviously, if you can't tell, I make these up on the spot. I'm trying to keep the integrity of our show intact.
Please.
And I'm trying to think like it's 7 accurate, and I'm trying to think of other films that I put around the 7 range.
It's not accurate.
Because 8 and up seems to be rarefied here. Like I feel 8 and up is we don't give a ton of 8 and ups on here. I feel like 7 for the close 6.9. 6.9. How's that? Is that cool?
Yeah.
If it's not, I don't care because I'm good at 6.9.
6.9.
It averages
6.9 out of 10. Yeah. It's really not a 6.9, but it's a 6.9 for me. Gotcha. It's closer to a 5.8.
Shout out to the culture.
Yeah.
Shout out to the culture, man. Yeah. With that being said, for any of those who still want to join us next week,
I'm like, this bitch don't never like shit.
No, I was talking about to the listeners, man. We doing the friends and family. So yeah, man. To anybody who wants to join us. And see, this is why Rachel will never be on SGP unless we do like a Culture Garden episode on SGP. I can't wait. I'm not gonna say she'll never be on SGP, but I can't wait for the bullshit movie that Rachel likes. I know one in particular, and maybe we'll just have to move that over to SGP.
Yeah, come on with it.
Soul Plane.
Nah.
Is Soul Plane the most ignorant movie that you like, Rachel?
Do I like Soul Plane or do I have a nostalgic memory of Soul Plane? Soul Plane is stupid.
Stupid too.
No.
It's
Uh,
not the most ignorant movie that you
uh,
like.
I don't know. I would have to think. But also, like, I recognize the older I get, I'm turning into my mother. So stupid shit is like it gets too stupid and then I just be completely turned off. Whereas I used to love it. But so maybe as funny as I am, like my humor gene is changing. I don't know. Whew.
I hope. I feel what you're saying. There's been plenty of times where I talk about looking through things through a 36-year-old lens.
Yeah.
Um, Damn, next month will be 37. Shit. Um,
Woo.
and I do worry sometimes about movies I haven't seen in a while that I love. Um,
Yeah.
the movie School and myself were talking about earlier with DJ Cool, like The Wash. I love The Wash, but I
Mm-hmm.
haven't watched The Wash in
Oh,
over
I used to
maybe
like
a decade
that.
or so. And I'm
Mhm.
just wondering. I know certain scenes I still love because I still pull
Yeah,
them up on YouTube. But
yeah.
I'm wondering if I love the movie the same way I did when me and School was watching it on 1480. Um,
I'm gonna say
Staying up till
yeah.
2, 3 in the morning getting weak.
You gonna say yes,
Yeah,
cool?
I think he will do. I think he will,
I
bro.
probably do, man.
You
Cause Snoop
probably do.
alone, like, cause
You
Snoop,
probably
Snoop, man, we gotta have a Snoop episode one day and just talk about his accomplishments. Cause Snoop in that movie by himself was hilarious.
Nigga said that he about to make me go to my high voice. Nigga, what you want to do? Hey.
Them niggas pulled the strap on you right there. Uh,
Hey
but
man,
yeah,
does
man.
Baby Boy count? That's like
Baby Boy is one of the greatest cinematic
I love Baby
accomplishments
Boy.
in history.
I love Baby
That's
Boy.
gonna be the
Baby
last
Boy,
episode we ever do.
I don't y'all. I don't know if it's y'all or not. I'm telling you, the day we do Baby Boy is the last day I ever record for Coach Star.
Yeah,
What?
that's what I'm saying.
Are
That's how
y'all
much I love Baby
crazy?
Boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's how much.
oh,
how
okay.
much we wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's how much
Oh,
I
okay.
want to hold that movie out so far that I want it to be
Got
my
it.
last movie.
Got
I
it. I
love
was about
Baby
to
Boy
say,
that
now
much.
wait a minute.
yeah. I
I
wanna.
used to love
I
Baby
definitely
Boy.
want to be in peak Culture Garden when we do that one, bro. Like I don't know what that
And
looks like, but man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, even if I didn't want it to be my last movie, it probably end up being that way because the ignorance that it would take place on that episode is gonna be through the roof.
Crazy.
That
Mm.
nigga Jody, hey, that nigga Jody said, hey, he brought her home straight from the clinic and said, "Let me borrow your car."
Hey, that nigga said. Hey, that nigga said. That nigga said. She said, "Jody, what it is?" He talking about them condoms, baby. What you doing with
What you
those?
doing with those? What you doing with those?
A gas lighter.
He nigga told Peanut, "Hey, go ahead and pull out the damage. Nigga, go ahead and pull out the damage."
All right, guys. Thank you so
All
much
right,
for
y'all.
listening to this
I'm done.
ridiculous ass episode. Hopefully, you made it through the whole hour and 18 minutes.
Oh shit.
Tyron, School, and myself, we love y'all deep. Y'all be
Hey.
cool. How y'all be cool. Be blessed. Hope to catch y'all on the recording next week.
Peace out. We out. We out.
Peace out.
Oh shit. Y'all dumb, man.